cook with olive oil. Hey, it's your boy Chef Juvon, award-winning celebrity chef from New York, but we reside here in Florida. Today, we are going to be cooking a little one of my favorites, T-bone lamb steaks, couscous, and a bit of spinach. It's going to be amazing. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, and comment down below. So step one, with our T-bone lamb steaks, we're going to just open up the back, right? You gotta open it up to cook it. Hello! We're gonna get some Chef Boujee rub. You know you gotta get the Chef Boujee rub. I'm not gonna recommend nothing less. The Chef Boujee rub is my own mixed spice. It has espresso, it has brown sugar, lemon pepper, black pepper, butcher size, and a number of other spices, all right? So we get a little bit of that. So the thing about my rub that's so phenomenal about it, it's low in sodium, and so that when you season it with your meat, you don't have to sprinkle it on in moderation of sodium. Because it's so much low in sodium, what we typically do is we take our lamb and press it in. But just before we do that, we like to put mustard on our lamb. What happens is, one, this is the glue for the meat, right? And it also gives it a nice bite when you bite into it, okay? So you take some yellow mustard, grape Poupon, whatever mustard you want to use, you know, give it a nice rub. Nice rub. Be friendly with it, just like so. Get it real good, all up in the crevices. Yes! That's the glue to the lamb. You can use oil. You don't have to use mustard. Use some oil or use mayo. Mayo's a good fattener. So we're gonna take our rub, nicely press it on there, just like so, all right? Both sides, because we eat both sides, right? Not just one side. See? Just like so. And that's it. Just gonna do two right now. I'm gonna give a quick wash. Do this overnight. You can do this a few minutes before you cook it, as long as the meat is at room temperature. You never want to cook your meat that's right out the freezer or right out the refrigerator, because the temperature is going to be offset when you cook it. And we're going to put them on a nice pan and we're going to sear them. The thing I love about the T-bone lamb steaks, it's the best of both worlds, okay? The fillet side, and you also have the strip side. There's a lot of meat on these, and when we plate them, it's going to look extra bougie. All right, we're going to pan sear our T-bone lamb steaks. So pan searing is when you, and it doesn't have to be a meat, so that's why I'm looking for the right term. Let me take it to the medical. You know I used to be a nurse tech in the emergency room, right? So when someone has to be amputated, their arm has to be amputated, a finger has to be amputated, they have to cauterize it by burning. Oh, let's just say in movies. People get shot, they get stabbed, they take a hot knife and they put it on there and they're cauterizing it to stop the blood, right? So what we're gonna do with the meat is, we're gonna pan sear it in order to case in the juices of the meat. So I love educating, so that's very important. So we're gonna use grapeseed oil. You do not cook with olive oil, okay? Olive oil is meant to be taken in at its purest form in order to reap the benefits. Olive oil is good for clearing the intestines. It's good for your arteries. It's good for lubrication, right? But once you put heat to it, a high boiling point, it changes the chemical compound of olive oil into a regular oil with high saturated fat, okay? So the best oils that we use is avocado oil and grapeseed oil. We're gonna add our T-bone lamb steaks. It's nice and hot. See that? Doesn't change. And you're gonna turn it down to medium high, okay? Medium high, not high, because you don't want to burn it. You just want to cauterize it. You want to pan sear it. You want to give it a nice crust to encase the flavors. You know when to flip it when you start seeing the goldness or the brownness around the edges, okay? And because the oil was really hot, it's not going to take long. See that? Nice crust. See that? That's what I'm talking about. Turn it over. Turn both over. We're just gonna sear them on the stove, then we're gonna finish them in the oven. I like to give it a little sweetness. I'm gonna add a little bit of liqueur to it. Come on now. Yeah! Ah! That's what I'm talking about! We're gonna add a little bit of garlic butter. Just add a little bit of garlic butter. I turned it off because of the residual heat. So add a little bit of garlic butter. We're gonna add some rosemary, right? Take it off the sprigs from someone's farm. It doesn't matter, okay? Just like so. Drizzle it across. And drop the stems too. You don't want to get rid of this. A lot of flavors in these stems. So drop them off the sprigs. This is called a sprig. And now we're gonna put it in the oven. Oven is set at 430. We're gonna put them in the oven for about 5 minutes. The more small they are, the faster they're going to cook. Just keep that in mind, all right? Yes, all right, so we just finished off the T-bone lamb steaks, which is in the oven. I smell the rosemary right now. It's so good. But right now, we're gonna start our couscous. So, as always, I have my boiled water already, right? It's already boiled. It's one of the first things I do in the kitchen, right? We're gonna do 1 part 1. I have a cup of water. It's already boiled. All right, put it in the pot. Let me do a little bit more. Let's do 1 cup. We're gonna feed everybody in the studio today, okay? We're gonna do 1 cup of hot water, and then we're gonna do a 1 cup of couscous. But let's flavor the water, right? We don't want bland food, you know what I'm saying? That's not bougie. Chicken bouillon that I love to use. Just a little bit of chicken bouillon, right? Then we're gonna do some garlic butter. Garlic spray, garlic butter, whatever you can get your hands on. And we're gonna put some garlic chunks in it. You can never do too much garlic. Garlic is good for the heart, opens up your vessels, decreases blood pressure. Dry cilantro. So we're gonna add a little paprika because, smoked paprika, because we wanna give the couscous a little bit more color. That's coming up to a boil. You wanna add a little bit of oil. Now this, you can add olive oil too. Why? Because we're not frying. We're not putting it into a high boiling point. High boiling point means like 165 degrees. We're not changing the chemical compound of the oil. Let's measure out our couscous. We want a cup because we put a cup of water. We're gonna make this come up to the boil and we're gonna add our couscous. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the top, add the couscous, take it off the fire, put the top on and just let it sit. Now, just like making our grits, right? You taste the water and make sure it's good because you want it to be savory. You want it to be good. So we're gonna taste it just a little bit. It looks good. Make sure it's right. Hold on a second. Ooh, yes, how about shot? Ooh, yeah, that's good. All right, it's at a boiling point. Turn it off. Add your couscous, stir it in, just like so. Put the top on it, and let it sit. Yes! Just finished up the couscous. It's on the back burner doing this thing. And so, the last step to this dinner, besides plating it, of course, and tasting it, because those are the 2 more extra steps, is we're going to do some spinach. Now, as you see, my pan is wrapped. I like to wrap my pans because you want to protect the coating on your pan. You can put a towel in it, paper towel, but I like to use the plastic, okay? You want to take care of your stuff. All right, so spinach. Gonna let that get nice and hot. We got salt and pepper that's mixed up. Where's my spinach at? Oh. I dropped a little bit of spinach. Okay. All right, so it's getting nice and hot. It's a nice, good bunch, yeah. Salt and pepper. That's what we're gonna do. Some people say, why do chefs season from high above like that? Why they don't do it so close? The reason is because you ever season something and a whole bunch of seasoning fell out on one side of the meat or whatever you're seasoning. So that prevents it. When you season like this, that helps us see where the seasoning is going. And so that's why we do that. Simple, you know. I'm gonna do it a little bit close because I got a fan on me, but I'm gonna guard it up like this. See how it's blowing? Garlic. Use the purest form. Slice it up. Yes, but right now, I'm just hungry right now, so I just want to get this going. You know what I'm saying? We're going to add a little bit of garlic butter. Okay? And we're going to start tossing that. Turn it off. The rest of the residual heat will cook it. I don't like mine cooked all the way. I like mine a little bit still like this, just so that you know you're getting your nutrients. If you overcook your vegetables, it defeats the purpose of eating it. Hello? You want the nutrients, right? You want the fiber, right? So we're gonna add all this, because it's gonna be about a half a cup of spinach when we finish. The next step is we just go, I keep dropping the spinach! Come on now! After this, we're gonna take our lamb out. This is just how I like it. Leave it in the pan for the residual heat, and that's it. Now, it's time to plate. So first we're going to take some mint from somebody's farm. It doesn't matter what store you get it from, as long as it comes from someone's farm. Get the biggest leaves as you can. Whoever picked these out, they got some mini mint leaves on here. So we're gonna take a few mint leaves. We're gonna put them all together. And then we're gonna roll it up, like you know how to roll up something, anything. Roll a piece of paper, roll a toilet tissue. And then we're gonna call chiffonade. And so we're gonna make it spaghetti string like, And you're gonna follow through with the knife just like so. Know how it works, okay? Just a little bit, right? Put that to the side. Never scrape your knife on the board like this. It wears down your blade, okay? So we're gonna take our port and berry reduction. All right, this port and berry reduction is a sauce that I make in large batches. You know, if you've been one of my clients, you've tasted the sauce. We serve it with our steaks, we serve it with dessert. It's basically all the berries you can think of, and it's reduced with some port red wine and some earthly essence and a little bit of sugar just to help balance it out. And it's a very good sauce. You use it for your meats, you use it for some desserts, and you just gotta hire me, that's all. All right, so we're gonna get a nice spoon of this sauce, right? And gonna smear it around just like so. See, just like so, right? And we're gonna reveal our couscous. Oh my gosh. Check this out. Oh, come on. Come on now! Come on! We changed the color, we added herbs to it, got a nice flavor. Look at that. Nicely fluffed, huh? 1 cup, look how much it made, okay? All right, so we get a nice heaping spoon of the couscous. All right, notice how I'm plating most of everything before the star of the dish, which is the T-bone lamb steaks, right? Take a nice serving of the spinach, put it on the side, the beginning of that scoop of the smear of the sauce. The moment we've all been waiting for. The lamb. Yes! Yes! Come on now! Look at this. Look at this. Come on! Look at this! All right, so we're gonna plate this nicely on the side and stand one up on the bone, which is one of the things I like about plating the T-bone lamb steak. It sits up just like so, right? We're gonna sit that nicely on the sauce. Beautiful. Take some of these rustic sprigs. You know what I mean? Creates a nice ambiance on the plate. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna put some of the chiffonade mint on the lamb and a little bit of it on the couscous and a little sprig of the fresh part of the rosemary, just like so. Come on now! Come on! Huh? Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we have T-bone lamb steak with a port and berry reduction and a couscous with a side of garlic tossed spinach from someone's farm. Huh? Thank you so much for watching the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Stay tuned to the next video. Y'all stay bougie.